Hey there. So today I want to do a follow-up story. I want to talk about the artist that was involved in the Aaron Carter art fiasco. Now, why would I want to do that? Well, because this person, they're involved in something yet again. That's right, this has happened to them again. So here's a scenario that happens way too often online. Artist decides to put out something showcasing exactly what they do. In this case, we're talking about a 25-year-old Berlin fantasy artist. That artist, they come in contact with their work later on as someone, this time a famous rapper with a couple of millions of followers, utilizing their artwork for a new album cover. They end up reaching out to the management of this person, this time on Instagram, asking for financial compensation, and this is management's reply. Spoiler warning too, English is not their primary language, so if I stumble over something, apologies in advance. Management, we can make a story for you and apologize for what happened and say this is your work and we can collaborate on the next song for the cover. You can design the cover and we can make a logo, put you on the job and tag you and advertise. The artist replies, well, that sounds good, but I would also request a financial compensation. That would only be fair. Management responds, you are right, but this is not an issue. I beg you to ignore it. Blank is the great singer. You can glitter with them. As a brief aside, what do you think glittering is? Let me know in the comments. Is that partying with someone? Is that a wink wink come on? Maybe they like Twilight so much overseas that there's like a dozen fans still remaining. The artist responds, but why no financial compensation? Why should I ignore it? This is my right. The management responds, yes, it's your right. Because this cover artist, Hade, said that his art, when blank asked him, and now we can post your job and say that's right, cover artist, and our cover designer had feeler. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. The artist responds, yes, but I always require a payment of a license fee for commercial use. Crediting me as the original artist is great, but it doesn't pay my bills. Art is what I do for a living, just like blank does music for a living and wouldn't want people to use his music for free. Now this, in my opinion, because it happened after the Aaron Carter debacle, check out the video on that if you haven't seen it, attracted quite a bit of attention. You can see that this almost got 36,000 likes, 8.8k retweets, and well, the person decided not to name and shame, and they tell you why in just a second. I decided not to disclose their name right now because I'm not in the mood to cause a huge drama, again like with Aaron Carter. To be fair with this, too, the person that took this, they actually don't treat it like an Aaron Carter did. They don't compensate, but still, they don't tell you, hey, you know which finger I'm holding up. Also, they took my artwork down right when I contacted them, but had already amassed hundreds of thousands of likes. Now that statement, and this next portion, apparently the country said rapper is from doesn't have proper copyright laws, so there is little I can do from a legal perspective. I asked my lawyer. Sometimes I just want to give up fighting. It can be overpowering to experience stuff like that on a daily basis. Now in this situation, I'm conflicted on something. On one side, I would say take the attention because number one, you're not going to be compensated. You've already mentioned copyright law. You'll mention a little bit more later. This stuff, again, it happens all the time and you're not going to see a dime. Number two, you also know that that artist can generate hundreds of thousands of likes. So if they go in and they credit, well, you get some success out of that, and maybe, just maybe, you can go out and you can get a little bit more business. Now, on the other side of this, there was the Aaron Carter debacle. And well, if this has happened twice to you already, I can understand why you might not want to go out there and allow people to just give you credit only. I mean, you've had a lot of attention online. I wonder how that turns out. So again, I can understand why you would be saying enough is enough. Now, I debated whether or not to put this in here because this is not needed for summary. But since this has happened to the person, I think that this actually does need to be here. I promise I won't give up, they say. The incredible support I received during the Aaron Carter mess really motivated me to fight for my rights whenever possible. I hope it will get easier for artists to protect their work internationally and also receive compensation. We need change. Now, that last statement there is something that I universally agree with, because artists, they go out, they put out their work, showcasing it to other people, and this stuff, it goes around the world just like that. If you have areas that's reaching where law doesn't actually reach, well, then we have a problem. We have a huge problem, and that's something that needs to be remedied. Then this gets even more convoluted, because of what we're going to find out next. So got this text from the artist who put the cover design together. That's right, the person who made the cover design. Pretty much sums up the whole problem we have with the internet today. People find a random picture they like, think it's free because it's on Google, and use it for whatever. Google is not a free stock site. This is the message from the cover artist. Hello, my friend. I hope you are okay. I'm blank. I'm cover designer from blank. I am blank. I just saw your page inside Instagram. You did some great things that I love so much. Unfortunately, I used your plan. I just realized that this was your plan. I saw your design inside a site and there was no name on it. Unfortunately, we don't have copyright law inside blank, and I couldn't follow up on who the plan was. I thought there was some unused plan, so I used it. I had no intention of bothering you at all. I sincerely apologize to you and hope you will forgive me. If you excuse me, I would not lose my job and have been trying to get here for many years. God, I don't know. Please forgive me. I really didn't know and regretted it. You can see the symbols there. And also, I don't speak English, so I use Google Translate. Someone else asks what I was thinking in that too. So they bought your cover from someone else? And the artist answers yes. They hired a graphic designer to make the cover, and he used my art for it, claiming it was his. Now, what's absolutely insane about this is that this incident, it's not the beginning. Aaron Carter is not the beginning. The beginning is this picture here in front of you. This artist has actually had quite a few people steal their imagery, two of them actually being quote-unquote stars. If you look at the Madonna Instagram picture, it's particularly nefarious too, because if you compare it to the original, you not only see Madonna's face transposed on the image, but you'll notice this zooming effect. Now, the reason that the zooming effect is oftentimes utilized is not so you can zoom in and notice the face, but rather so you can't go in and search for the image and find someone's work. So you have to wonder in that if the person running that Instagram actually went out, picked up something, zoomed in on it for the express intent of not getting permission and not being caught doing that. Now, the artist here is actually quite nice, gives Madonna an out, and actually doesn't seem to catch the idea that Madonna probably doesn't utilize her Facebook or her social media. It does come on strong at the end, though, so let's check this out. How did your situation with Madonna work out from beginning to end? Was it respectful, or did lawyers have to intervene? The thing with Madonna happened a few years ago. She used one of my artworks to promote her tour. I think one of her fans had photoshopped Madonna's face into the art piece, and she, probably unknowingly who the original artist was, posted it on her social media. I tried to reach her with a public Facebook post that gained a lot of traction, and she received hundreds of comments on her post, but I never got a reply. I didn't pursue it any further legally because I didn't want the drama, but I now regret it. If we artists always back down like that, things will never change. I like that end statement, and also you have to realize she promoted an entire tour doing this. She probably doesn't use her social media herself. Somebody on her team does. And yeah, the only way you're going to get her attention is, well, through some other means. See, if you want to know what happens when you play nice and you want to know what these quote-unquote celebrities think, let's look at Aaron Carter's response. Hey, Aaron Carter, you're using my artwork to promote your merchandise. I have not given you permission to do so. My art is being commercially exploited by people on a daily basis. We artists have rights too. I'd really appreciate it if you could retweet this so he'll see it. You'll notice too that this entire debacle gets about 141,000 likes, 52,000 retweets, and that's because Aaron Carter does respond. He says the following here, and again, this is what they really think of artists. You should have taken it as a compliment. D, I'm shortening that word. A fan of mine sent this to me, because they're not fans of yours. Oh, here they go again. The answer is no. This image has been made public, and I'm using it to promote my clothing line. He gives his link there. Guess I'll see you in small claims court effery. Good stuff there, huh? So this stuff we know has happened to this person 3 times already. And well, after a while, you have to say enough's enough. So anyway, I thought I would bring this to you. I thought I would give you an update. And unfortunately, there is no happy end. But anyway, you tell me what you think about all of this stuff. Ending it too, I want to say thank you for showing up. Thank you for participating. You do make this stuff possible. Not enough people tell you that. Not enough people thank you. So I'm here just wanting to say that. I don't want to monopolize your time either. I just want to say, hey, if you want to be part of this, if you want to subscribe and share videos, that's awesome. But you being here, that matters too. So thank you. I'll end with that and also saying we'll have another video later. So check that out as well.